Matthew 10, um, Matthew 10:7 says, "And proclaim as you go, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. Ye received without paying, give without pay." That was the verse that really started me thinking about what I was doing. I was finished with university. I had a degree in biology. I had really great prospects. I was working for NASA. I just wasn't satisfied. And I thought, man, I'm young. What I want is adventure. So I didn't pursue NASA anymore, and I moved out to West Virginia, and I started whitewater rafting as a guide. And that just wasn't satisfactory either. And I was like, man, what am I missing? I found this thing called the World Race, started talking to people about it, and was like, you know what? I'm not doing these things that the Bible says that I have the power to do. Why not? Why am I not doing these things? And I started hearing all these stories about young people like myself traveling the world, getting out of this American bubble, and doing these things. People my age. And I was like, well, I've never actually seen these things firsthand. I believe that God can do them, so why not? And so that was my life on the World Race. You might be wondering, if you didn't hear me speak in September, what is the World Race? The World Race is a journey to 11 countries in 11 months to serve the least of these while living in real and raw community. There is adventure, brokenness, grace, discover of your identity, utter dependence on God, learning ultimate surrender, and then experiencing the freedom in life and healing that comes from all of these things. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. The vision of the race is to mobilize a generation to be His will and bring His kingdom. The race mobilizes young people by training them to bring the kingdom, sending them to the nations, and empowering them to accomplish the Great Commission. Next slide. The World Race is not a sightseeing tour. It is not for those afraid of risk. It is not a typical missions trip, or by any means finished for me. The World Race was the beginning of a kingdom journey and a new perspective on life. Next slide. My trip was crazy, awesome, hard. I will try to sum up the last 11 months of my life, but it's hard. You try summing up the past year of your life in front of a bunch of people. It's not easy. There's a lot that gets missed. So the World Race has a lifestyle culture. It is something that you choose to embrace as you walk in community for 11 months. My community directly was 50 people. We traveled together as a group. That was what we called our squad. Our squad broke into smaller teams of 6, 7, sometimes 8. And we would split up in the countries once we arrived. Our lifestyle was very minimalistic. You carry your closet and your home on your back. You live on a food budget of $3 a day. That's $1 per meal. And that is more than some families in Cambodia earn in one day. As a result of this lifestyle and culture, I have many ministry and mishap stories that I would love to share. For the sake of time, I can't share them all today, but if you want to know more about them, you can look at my blog. They are on there. You can go to the next slide. My travels took me to Central America, Southeast Asia, and East Africa. On my race, I have accidentally eaten bee larvae. I've been slapped by a monkey. I ripped my pants jumping out of a tour bus window because I had to go to the bathroom so bad. I jumped off an Olympic high dive and bruised, maybe cracked my tailbone. I don't know, it still hurts. And I was chased by bulls, and I was chased by elephants. That's kind of the adventure side of things. I spent 168 hours on a bus. That is 1 week of my life sitting on buses, traveling. I've spent over 80 hours in the air, not including sitting in airport time. I have also served widows, drug addicts, farmers, businessmen and women, students, abandoned babies and grandparents. I've worked in bush villages, church schools, nurseries, daycares, hostels, congested cities, farms. I've seen things that I've never seen before. I saw demons cast out. I saw lame people walk. In Africa, I met a person named Simon. He had had a stroke and been confined to a wheelchair for 10 years. By the time I'm in Africa, I was in this was in month 11, this was in Malawi. I still hadn't actually seen many physical healings. Nothing dramatic, but as normal, we were going through the villages, praying for people, still asking the Lord to show up, expecting him to do that, even if we didn't actually get to see it. So we went and prayed for this husband and wife that we met, and he was in an old rickety wheelchair makeshift thing. And we asked why he was in there. He said he had a stroke, couldn't use the entire left side of his body. So we prayed for him. And his wife hadn't been able to eat. She'd been having stomach problems. I think it was ulcers. She wasn't able to work. She lost her job because she had been so sick. And so we prayed for her to be healed and for her to be able to find work. And we left. We didn't see anything immediate happen. And we just encouraged the people that were hanging out around their house. Whenever white people show up, we draw a crowd. And so we went back to follow up with them the next week, and Simon was walking around. And we were like, Simon, what happened? And he's like, I can walk now. And it was like, what? And we started talking to his wife, and we were like, hey, how are you feeling? She's like, my stomach hasn't been hurting. I can eat a little bit, but I got a job. We were like, oh my gosh. So it wasn't really until the very end that I really started seeing God show up in really tangible ways that we're unaccustomed to in America. I've seen deep emotional wounds also healed. Walking along people in community for 11 months, things can get dicey. Tempers can flare, especially when you are not in your comfort zone. You are tired of the mosquitoes. You're tired of the mosquito net laying on your face. It's hot in Cambodia. There's mice in your sleeping bag. You are tired of beans and rice and rice and beans and beans and rice and rice and beans. And you're just tired. But so much stuff bubbles to the surface, and when living in that real and raw community, you're able to speak into each other's lives, and I saw so many deep healings in my squad mates and my teammates, and those are miracles in my opinion as well. So I saw people discover Jesus. I saw the gospel in a much newer and more relevant way.